What's going on, y'all? I want to welcome you back to the Raw Report. And today we're going to talk about character. I know some of y'all watching me or listening to me right now, and you might be smiling at work or cracking jokes with your boys, telling your mama you good, and inside you falling apart. And I'm not talking about nothing that's happening next week, not eventually, but right now, you're falling apart. When the room gets quiet and there's nobody left to perform for, you look okay. I mean, you act okay, but are you really okay? And the worst part about all that is, it's like you don't know internally how much longer you can keep up the performance. You can't keep performing because this one it's not loud. It's actually for the man who's running on fumes. The one that nobody has a clue that he's pretty much hurting inside because you basically wearing a mask that you didn't ask to put on. Because us being men somewhere along the line, we basically was taught or trained, I don't know how you want to say it, but that falling apart is not an option. You can't fall apart. You're a man. And you got to think about it. You watch maybe your father go through it. You watch the older men in the neighborhood go through it. And everybody just swallow their pride or swallow their pain and just keep moving forward. And nobody ever sat you down and said, you don't have to do this alone. You watch them perform, so now you're doing your own performing. Every single day you performing that whole you fine routine. You performing that you solid, you good routine. You performing that I got it routine. And your performance is so good that nobody questions it. You got your boss thinking you're a reliable person, which you probably are. Your friends think you the strong one, which you probably are. And your family think you holding it together, which you probably are. But the thing that nobody understands, because they all looking at it from the outside, what's going on in the inside? The walls is cracking. Like you really hurting, but you always the strong one, so you ain't got nobody to hold you down. And what's crazy is the weight that nobody sees is when you go to bed exhausted all the time. And it ain't from work, it's just from pretending that you're good all the time. The energy that it takes to keep putting on this front is basically wearing you out faster. You be up scrolling through your phone at 1 a.m., not because you're bored, but you can't sleep because the silence is too loud, because you don't have nothing to distract you from everything that you thought you should be doing. You thought maybe you should tell somebody, maybe tell your boy, your girl, tell your mother, but you worried about how they go look at you different when you tell them it's too much. And you don't even want to answer those questions from whatever they go ask you, trying to probe to figure out why it's too much and you've been doing it this long. So you just like, forget it, I'll just carry it. And I'll say this, you're not a hypocrite. You're just a man that was never taught how to ask for help. And when we are taught not to ask for help, we don't ask for help. And like I said, you didn't sign up for that. But I tell y'all all the time, we can't do this on our own. Because from the time we was kids, we was trained, not taught, to basically associate vulnerability with failure. Crying meant you was soft. Struggling meant you was weak. And needing help meant that you wasn't enough to do it. Well, I'm here to tell y'all now, all that is just false. Ain't none of it true. So that's just a way to keep you stuck, believing that you got to get through this world on your own. And why would you do that if somebody else got the information to help you get there faster? And you can't say nobody didn't give you no manual, because I'm here telling you, all you got to do is reach out. I'm here to help you. But every time somebody said, stop crying or figure it out, you the man in the house, they was programming you into thinking that you don't need nobody. You got to do it by yourself. So it's like they was installing some software in you to make your pain make you not be able to share your pain with nobody. So you keep it inside. You just keep moving and you keep it together. But like I said, only person you hurting is yourself. And at some point that training starts to backfire on you, because like I said, you go to deflecting, somebody get close, you start cracking jokes or something, and it's kind of hard to have a real conversation with you, because you don't never want nobody to understand that you're hurting too. That's why that whole I'm good, I'm fine routine, that's why all of us say it. It's like we don't want to let nobody in. And the crazy part is, it's three masks that all men that's dealing with this, that's trying to hide what they actually feeling. It's three masks that all of us wear. You got the comedian, the person that's always trying to make everybody laugh. He the funny one. He likes the mood in any room. But that comedy is a shield, because if people are laughing, they ain't looking too closely at what's going on. So if the room is entertained, nobody's gonna ask the hard questions. And you learned that at an early age, so you stay funny just to stay safe. Then you got the provider. They stay busy. They always working on something. They be producing, now don't get me wrong. And I think I fall in this category, but I'm just saying, always handling something. Because as long as you're useful, you matter. And as long as there's a problem to solve, you don't have to face your own problems. Like I said, I feel like I fall in this category a lot, because I just got to keep moving. And productivity is probably my hiding place. So I know somebody else feel like this, because I'm just saying, I can't be the only one. Then you got the people that's always disappearing. They ain't disappearing physically, but emotionally they are never there. They be in the same room, but they not there. They go quiet, they pull back, they stop engaging with anything. And sometimes people think they just chill or independent, when really they just drowning, and they hurting and just don't know how to say it. And every man is dealing with a real crisis inside. They wearing one of those three masks. And all of them is just different ways of saying the same thing. I'm not okay. And I just don't know how to tell you. And I'm hoping that I'm putting some language to it, so y'all can start to share this with other people, to be able to relieve some of that pressure off of you. But this pattern that I'm bringing up didn't just start in this generation or a generation before. It's all in the Bible. It's in the scriptures. So y'all already know I come with scriptures. So I'm not just saying it. I know 1 Kings 19, 3 and 4, Elijah. This right here is probably one of the most powerful prophets in the Bible. He just called down fire from heaven. Just defeated 450 false prophets on Mount Carmel. And the very next chapter, he's sitting under a tree asking God to let him die. Why do you think that is? Is it enough? Now, oh Lord, take away my life. Elijah wasn't weak. He was exhausted. He performed at the highest level and then fell apart in private. And that's the exact same pattern that most of us are living our lives in right now. And God didn't rebuke him. He didn't say, man up. He sent the angel with food and told him to rest. God's response to men falling apart wasn't shame, it was provision. Psalm 142:4. I looked on my right hand and beheld there was no man that would know me. Refuge failed me. No man cared for my soul. David, the warrior king, the giant killer, he wrote those words. No man cared for himself, for his soul. He had soldiers, advisors, servants, everybody around him, but he felt completely alone. That's because everybody saw the crown. They just didn't see the man underneath. 2 Corinthians 4:8-9. We are troubled on every side, yet distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. Paul didn't pretend he wasn't struggling. He named it. Troubled, perplexed, and cast down. But he didn't stop there, he anchored it. The difference between falling apart and falling through is who's holding it. You got to give it to God. God never asked you to perform. He asked you to be honest. And he proves it every day. He just wants you to be honest with him. Because how he handled Elijah, David, and Paul in those scriptures I just gave you, when they hit the same wall that you hitting right now, God brought them through it. But you got to give it to God. Because it's costing you something. It's costing you your health. Your body is you feeling the pain. Every emotion that you swallow, every thought that you suppress, every night you lie awake running those different scenarios in your head, your body is making you pay for it. The chest tightness, the headaches, the stomach problems, that exhaustion you can't explain. That's not random. That's your body trying to tell you that something's not right. Your body's trying to process what your mouth refuses to release. And it's killing your relationships. You can't truly be known until you let somebody truly see you. The people's close to you, your girl, your family, your brothers, your wife, whatever. They see you, and they can see what's going on, but they can't name it because you won't say nothing. And eventually they stop trying to reach you. And it's not because they don't care, but you made yourself unreachable. And the tragedy isn't that nobody cares, it's that the people do care, but you won't let them in. And it starts to reshape your identity. Because after long enough, your performance becomes the person that you actually are. You forget who you actually are underneath. You've been fine for so long that you don't even know what honest looks like anymore. You've been performing to the point where it's just natural. That's just what you do. And God wants you to stop performing. He's waiting on you to stop performing long enough so you can breathe. Because it's basically creating a ticking clock in you that's going to fall apart. And here's basically the part that nobody gonna say out loud. You can only perform for so long. Because at some point, it's go crash. Your performance is go crash. And hopefully it ain't in public eye where you just completely just break down and explode or do something that you can't take back. Because a lot of people think when people snap, it's just out of nowhere. But it didn't come out of nowhere. It come from all those years of performing and trying to act like you're good, even though you know you're not. Because the worst part about the mask is it's not that it works. It fools everybody. But the one person it can't fool is you. So I said all that to say, hopefully I can do something for you that nobody has ever done for you. And that's give you permission. Permission to not be okay. Permission to sit in the room with somebody that you trust and say, I'm struggling, and you just don't know how to fix it. It's not a weakness. It's a decision to stop dying quietly. You don't have all the answers, and that's fine. But you got to open your mouth and talk to somebody. You don't have to understand what's wrong. Just admit it to somebody, and hopefully they can understand it, or they can put you in the right direction, or somebody who do understand it. You don't have to fix yourself. Like I said, you just got to ask for help. It's one of the bravest things a man can do is actually ask for help and be honest with himself, especially when he know he's breaking down. And it takes more strength to ask for help than it does not to. James 5:16, confess your faults to one another and pray for one another that ye may be healed. Notice it says healing doesn't come from figuring it out alone. It comes from confession, from your openness with your brother, from letting somebody else carry a piece of the weight that you've been trying to carry by yourself. God designed healing to happen in relationship, not isolation. And y'all hear me say that all the time. We need each other. Galatians 6:2, bear ye one another's burden, so fulfill the law of Christ. You're trying to fulfill a purpose alone that God designed you to share. And that's why it's so heavy on you, because you're carrying around all this burden by yourself. Not because you're weak, though. It's because it wasn't meant to just be on your shoulders alone. That's all I'm saying. So my challenge for you is for the next 7 days, I'm just asking you to keep it real with yourself. I don't want you to be perfect. Just be real. When somebody asks you how you doing, tell them the truth. Don't make a speech out of it. Just tell them the truth. Honestly, it's been rough lately. That's it. And just let it go. Write what you actually feeling down. Not that you should feel, not what you should feel. Write what you actually do feel. Nobody has to see it. Just get it out of your head and on the paper. That's for you. It'll help you out. Identify somebody in your circle that can help you. Or at least, like I said, put you in the right direction. Call that person. Don't text them. And just say something real. I've been going through something and I just want to talk about it. You never know where that conversation might go. Go out and do something that fulfills you. Not for anybody else, not productive, not useful. Something that makes you feel good inside. Say something that you normally would say yes to, say no to it. That's one of the most powerful words is no. Look in the mirror and say it out loud. I'm not okay right now, and that's okay. Mean it. And let it actually land on you so you can actually do something about getting better. And I'll just tell you up front, it's go feel unnatural. Everything I just said, go feel unnatural. But it's something that needs to be done. And everything in you go want you to put your mask back on once you start trying to release this pressure off yourself. But the performance kept you alive long enough. It's not going to keep you whole. It's not going to heal you. So you got to basically put away the act and start giving it to God and start trying to find your circle so you can move forward in life. And this whole lesson today, my whole speech, whatever podcast, I'm talking to a specific man. And I don't know your name, but I do know your situation. I've been there. You got people around you who think you straight up solid. You do your thing. You hold everybody else down, but you ain't got nobody. When it's quiet and you by yourself, you running on empty. You've been carrying all this weight by yourself for way too long, and it just feels normal. And you forgot what it feels like to breathe without something sitting on your chest, on your shoulders. And I just need you to hear me. And not as a coach, I need you to hear me as a man that's been in your exact same shoes, in the room, in the silence that you're sitting in, wearing that same mask. You don't have to keep performing. That's over. You don't have to perform no more. The bravest thing you will ever do is not hold it together and let somebody else see you fall apart, so that you can build yourself back up to be the person that you know you can be without trying to hold everybody else's weight. Because when Elijah sat under the tree and said, "I'm done," God didn't leave him. When David said, "No man cares for his soul," God heard him too. And when Paul said, "I'm troubled on every side," God sustained him. So if he did it for them, he can do it for you too. He go do it for you. And I believe he's going to show up for you. So take the mask off. You wore it long enough. So you're not fine. And that's the first real thing you can start with, by telling somebody you're not fine. So that's my lesson for today. I know it ain't, one of them upbeat messages, but I just wanted to talk to my real brothers out there, the ones who actually carrying everything, holding everything down. It's okay to vent to somebody or find somebody that you can confide in so you can release some of that pressure, so you can walk on your next journey to get to your next season, to do what you got to do. Because a lot of times you just got to do what you got to do, and I understand that. But it's okay to open up to somebody so you can release some of that pressure so you can keep going. Y'all already know what I'm going to say. Come join the free community. That's my word for the day. Y'all already know what I like to say. Stay real, stay raw, stay grounded in your faith, and walk boldly in your purpose. Till the next time, y'all, I'm out.